one whole good shot. 1.5 good shots. The Scorpion Strike is releasing on July 11th as an upgrade to the Scorpion Sting and is built to fit in between the Vibes and Hazmat. It's easily one of the best bangs for your buck in bowling, so if you're looking to try something new and want a cheap daily driver for League, stick around and give it a look. We are, of course, at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas, bowling on the Kegel Chromium Challenge pattern. The lane graph is linked in the description if you want to take a look at the details. Make sure to also check the description for instructional videos, links, and discount codes. I do a lot of good things with the support. I give a lot of things away, raise money for a local animal rescue, and using code ROSEDOLL10 at checkout at CoolWick helps to provide jerseys for the youth leagues at Royal Crest, so I appreciate you all helping me do cool things. The Scorpion Strike continues the popular and very wallet-friendly Scorpion line as a new version of the Sting. The LED 3.0 core features a 2.485 RG and an 0.45 differential, which is in exponent territory for an SPI reference. Low RG for a strong roll and a medium-ish differential for some flair without being too crazy. The HK22 base has been added to the Semtex Pearl cover to create a sharper and more dynamic ball reaction versus the Sting, and it of course comes shiny. It feels a lot like a more dynamic IQ Ruby. It's got that similar rolly round shape. This one's a little more directional, but still a little weaker and more continuous than the Hazmat. Almost more of a slightly stronger Phase 5 type of feel, actually. Now, I mentioned this in the Hazmat Solid review, but it bears repeating because bowlers will be bowlers. HK22 is a base cover. It's not the same thing on everything because the additives they use create a fair amount of separation. Storm's reactor is the same idea. R2S is reactor based, R3S, R4S, REX that they've been putting on a lot of things lately is in the same territory, and they've been using reactor-based or infused covers constantly for almost 20 years. Good ball reaction is good ball reaction, that's all that matters, but I think it's important to note that everything HK22 isn't just the exact same cover slapped on everything. Now, as you've seen, my timing sucked while I was filming, and I just never got it sorted out. It was one of those days where everything felt off, but I at least kept it in play most of the time. Now, this is good news if you suck too, though. You too can be bailed out repeatedly when you dump it or grab it or fly your elbow or drop it or scoop it or flag it or claw it or basically any other miss you can think of. It's a cleaner and sharper ball, but it does cover misses up pretty well, and it's been mentioned, but I think this is the best feature of the HK22 base, especially when it comes to shiny stuff. It's extremely stable in oil. It doesn't get wiggly or weak and then overreact to dry. It is responsive, so if you catch too much dry too early or throw it too slow, like I did repeatedly, it is going to respond, but on the ones I kind of dumped or flagged, it never skated on me. A couple of these shots were a lot worse than the flat 7 I ended up with, and that's what's important about forgiveness with a ball. People go too overboard and expect too much. It's almost like they think balls should be homing devices and strike no matter how bad they're thrown, but if you make a 2, 8, 10 quality shot and only end up with a 10, that's what gets my attention. My timing was consistently too early, so I got too heavy of a roll on the ball. So then I kept dumping it or getting too far up the back of it to try to compensate, and if you're watching thinking I'm over-exaggerating how bad of shots I was making, that's the point. It doesn't look nearly as bad as it felt or actually was, or the ball reaction doesn't look as bad as I was throwing it. And to be fair, my targeting wasn't awful, so it's not like I was completely throwing it out the window, but my execution consistency was wretched. Some shots that shouldn't have finished made it back, some that shouldn't have held did, and then of course some were so bad that even Johnny Cochran couldn't have saved me. I'm going to compare it to the Scorpion Low Flare, partly to remind all of us what good timing and good shots look like, but also because even though the Low Flare core is tweaked a little to be a more controllable tour type of look, there's still a familiarity in the roll, and these two are great complements. I compared the Strike and the Hazmat Solid review because those also fit well together, but maybe you don't need something Hazmat Solid strong. You might want something a little tamer. While it's really chewy out of the box, the Scorpion Low Flare, it does settle down into a nice place after a few games, and it blends the lane front to back very nicely. Plus, you're just not going to get more for the price. You could buy the two Scorpions and be set for League for the year. Once again, the Scorpion Strike releases on July 11th with the Hazmat Solid and the DV8 Wicked Collision. Remember to check out the description for all the information, links, and codes, especially for CoolWick. They've got thousands of jersey designs on the site, they do full custom, they do team jerseys, so on and so forth. This video was brought to you by Panda Bear Productions. We put the in bowling. Thanks for watching, and may the strikes be with you. Just keep throwing it bad. Just keep throwing it bad. Groundhog Day up in this bitch. Terrible. Terrible. One whole good shot. That'll hook. Get hooked. Not enough hawk tua. Still not enough hawk tua. Just the right amount. It's borderline. It's borderline, but I'll take it.